Hi, buddy. You coming in?
If they're all going to be in here, we're going to have to move ourselves way back.
Yep. Ouch, ouch. Oh, I found that thing again on my foot. Ow. Man, something's in there. All right, let's get this set up and then we'll get a recording. All right, well, that was fun.
Not what we expected to start the video with. Oh, man.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Okay. Oh, no. Oh. Don't be falling over there, drink. My precious ice. I need to switch this so that way when I'm talking to you, everybody can hear me.
You brushed your hair.
Well, yeah, because it was looking very disheveled. Yeah, it's a little poofy, but whatever. Whatever. All right, everybody. It's another scorcher today.
Whew.
So we're not going to be walking around. Plus, we just got a little bit of exercise.
Little jogging.
Yeah, we had another, well,
near miss.
The falcon came down again and tried to get some of the birds over in the area with the beaver coop and the big run in the center.
But hopefully what we did today will prevent him from being, the bird from being successful.
Yeah, I was able to see the bird. It swooped down. I don't know what it was trying to get. I didn't see that part, but we heard all the commotion. Ran over there and I saw the bird on top of one of the chicken tractors, which it's not going to get into that, and then it flew away. So it didn't even go into the center area. But
we're hoping it can't.
Yeah, but we have a few birds in the first beaver coop in the run that they perch on the railing, and that's just easy pickings right there.
Yeah, even though they're quite a bit bigger, they're still that size where they could get picked off. Yep. They're about 14 weeks old, so I mean they're decent sized birds, but they're not as, the ones in the run and in the chicken or in the center run and in the chicken tractor, they're the tiny ones.
Yeah. And today what we did was we took one of the single panel hoop coops that have the geese, the duck, and a couple birds, and we moved it and then repositioned the chicken netting to include that. So now they have access to that huge run. And then we took a bunch of T-posts, pounded them in, and took fishing line and made just zigzag patterns all over to not allow the birds to go down and fly into it.
So it's fun for us to walk in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bobbing and weaving.
So we're hoping that will deter the falcon or any other aerial prey from sweeping down and grabbing them. And I think I'm just going to have to build a couple more scarecrows, and we'll put them around the beaver coops in the runs. Yeah. Maybe that'll...
Yeah, because it's really hard because the dogs aren't patrolling as much as they typically do because it's so hot. What was it, like yesterday was I think the worst with the humidity because the humidity was over 90%.
Yeah.
It was like 97% humidity, at least that's what the reading said, and then it was over 90 degrees outside also. And then today was over 90 degrees again, but I think the humidity dropped. It was really bad this morning, really bad, but now it's started to, at least the humidity started to go away a little bit, which it helps a lot.
Yeah, there's a bit of a breeze right now, which is nice.
Makes a big difference.
Yeah, so we just had a little exercise just before this. So that means we're sitting down and we're doing our sitting and talking.
Plus it's almost the hottest part of the day. Yeah. So we didn't want to be...
No.
Yeah.
And in about 20 minutes, we're going to be heading up to the neighbors to deliver them a gift. So we want to reserve our energy. But I mentioned in yesterday's video that I was having somebody come out to do a consult with me on the house and all the flooring that I'm installing. Jim from Two Turtles Homestead. He's turtle number 2. His wife is turtle number 1. That's my guess.
That's your guess? I thought maybe that's what he told you.
No, I'm guessing that the 2 turtles are them.
Oh, okay.
They could probably run circles around me, but still. So he has many, many, many years of experience in framing and construction and fine finish work. And so his knowledge and expertise is very welcomed. So we spent about 2 hours this morning going through the challenges that I'm having with the flooring, and he gave me quite a few really helpful suggestions on some of the items I just wasn't sure how to accomplish. So, and I'll go into those in a video on the Kraemer life as I start doing that work again, getting back into the house and start working again. But he did text me afterwards, and he's like, I've been kind of thinking about it since my visit, and I'm available if you want some help during my off days. So he must really like construction, because he wants to help me with more construction as he's having his days off on construction. So he's going to be coming out next week, Monday and Tuesday, and we'll spend those 2 days trying to get some stuff done. He thinks that we can finish it in 3 to 4 days. I think that's probably possible if I stay out of the way and he has some actual experienced help working on it. But the two of us are going to work through things and see how far we can get and make some really good progress. So I'm excited about that. I've had help. We've had Wilson come out and help, but he's 2 hours away. He has a full-time job, so he's not as available as he used to be. He'll be coming out, I think, he'll be coming out on the 6th of July to help out. And it's also just really hard for me to have people come out and help. It's not that I don't appreciate the help, because I do, and I know things go a lot faster, but it's just that social anxiety thing. And then plus, like, having to worry about, well, is the bathroom available? Is there, providing drinks and food and all those things. Just being hospitable.
Just that we have nowhere to host.
Exactly.
That's the hard part. And so it's like, and it's so warm, and it's very warm in the house. And so it's a bit of a brutal working environment right now.
It's going to be very brutal.
And there's not really our RV is the only place right now that has any fashion of AC. And it still gets, even with both of the regular AC going and the EcoFlow, it's still, in the hottest parts of the day, still is about 76 degrees in there, which I'm not complaining about 76 degrees when it's over 90 degrees outside, but it's when you're really, really hot and you go in and it's not that much of a cool down, it's kind of like there's nowhere to really go.
The big difference, though, is the humidity factor inside the house or the RV is way less.
Yeah, that does help.
Even at 76 degrees, so that really does help. But we were just talking about a possible plan for, do we want to get into it?
We can tell them about it,
Yeah, so we have the sunroom, which is the main entrance. Yeah, the front porch, the main entrance into the house. It's where the front door is. You have to walk through the sun porch.
There.
And that's where our laundry room is. And our goal is to make that the mud room. So once we're done with the house and we get all the stuff that's in there out of there.
Because right now it has the refrigerator, the washer and dryer, the dryer, it has the dishwasher, it has the range, or no, it doesn't have the range in there right now. It has all the flooring. It's so full. And then it's got, some plants that I tried to overwinter that I couldn't because it got freezing in there, because it's just not well insulated enough.
Yeah,
so,
and that's also an area that when there's thunderstorms or the dogs get scared, they like to go in there. So we are going to probably put a heat pump in there, which will allow it to be a comfortable space for a mud room and for the entrance of the house. A great space for the dogs to go in and cool off if they need to, if it's too hot, to get away from whatever is scaring them, whatever. Kind of make it their indoor safe space. That means I won't have to build them a doghouse, because they can just make that, an area that they can, So we're thinking about putting a heat pump in there. And then that will actually, if we put a heat pump in there, I could have the front door open, close the two doors, run the heat pump, and draw a fan and bring some of the cold air from in there
while you're working
in the house. Because right now, without AC in the house, the humidity factor, I was in there for an hour and a half today, just running a string line. That's one of the things that Jim suggested I do, is put a string line around the perimeter of the inside, so I always know where level is.
He came inside and I'm like, did you just hose yourself down, or is that
Yeah,
sweat?
it was just, I was just soaked
soaking wet.
just soaked with sweat. So we probably won't get the heat pump installed this weekend, so it'll still be brutal for Jim and I.
Yeah.
So anyway.
But it's a plan, and then kind of clearing
Sorry.
up and cleaning up the area a little bit. Just reorganizing in there again, so that we could potentially, put some chairs in there, or have like a little sitting area as well. And it's just gonna have to rearrange a few things, which I think is very doable.
Yeah, so that's one of the possible things that we're gonna do. I just lost my train of thought.
Cool.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to talk about a couple things yesterday.
A different frame of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you all know, I've mentioned that last year was really difficult. It was a very difficult year in terms of just really enjoying the day-to-day. And after I got back from my month-long trip back to Portland in November of last year, I was feeling a lot better. Like, I was getting to the point where I wasn't so worried about the content we were going to be putting out. I was just going to do what I was going to do. Wasn't so overwhelmed and stuff with the property. And of course, that was also because it was winter and things die off, and you don't have all the green. It's a little bit more.
It's a more relaxing time.
More relaxing time for me, yeah. And the heat's not there.
Hot.
And, yeah, exactly.
Everything's kind of died off.
Feeling better. And
you can see through the trees.
Yeah, and then the other day we mentioned that I was still feeling overwhelmed and stuff, but still feeling pretty good. So that's the backdrop of what I'm about to tell you. So in addition to that, now there's another thing that I'm keeping in mind that has really, really helped me on a day-to-day basis on really enjoying and not stressing out about even the small things, because I'm pretty good about stressing out the small things.
You
and then
really are.
Really just ruins.
And then you start
Just spiraling, yep. I really just spiral down, and then it just becomes 2 days of just.
And I'm over here.
Yeah. So I watch a YouTube channel. They're called North Idaho Nomads. I'm not going to necessarily go into their channel, but I enjoy their stuff. And they put out a short. And in the short, it's just images of them grinding on doing a house renovation, and just all the nitty gritty stuff is just like, I don't want to do this, painting the cabinets and just all the gross stuff.
The prep work and finish work that nobody
Cleaning
really
and
enjoys.
just like it's not getting to the big stuff. It's just like all the stuff you just have to do. And the caption said, "How I get through the tough days is remembering that these are the good old days." And that really struck a chord with me, because when I look back at like our travel vlogs, or I look back at our time with Mr. Wayne, look back at our cleaning and our house renovation videos that we did, shots that we did of our Portland house, in the moment, at times there was like, this just sucks. I really just don't like this and stuff. But when I look back and I watch the videos, I don't remember that stuff. I remember the good things, and it's fun to watch, and it makes me feel good. And it's like, oh man, I really miss those good old days. Well, I know that in 2 years, next year this time, or whatever, 5 years from now, I'm going to think back about this time being the good old days. Yep. And that's just really good perspective of, you just gotta enjoy what you have right now, because that's all you have is right now. You have memories from the past, and if I can have that positude, like you called it, the positude of today, that makes the memories even better for later.
Yep.
There's also a song lyric that has always stuck with me, but it's never really resonated until this is my favorite band, Pink Floyd. One of their songs, one of the lyrics is, "The memories of a man in his old age are the deeds of a man in his prime." which is basically the same thing as good old days. Like the stuff I'm doing today are going to be memories for when I'm older later.
Yep.
Plus, then on top of that, so that's two things. So the third thing that's really resonating with me and making me just not sweat the small stuff and enjoy everything despite, things can always make me really angry.
Irritable.
Irritable, not angry. Irritable.
I was going to say, you're usually not angry.
Irritable.
It's just, you get a little...
I do. I can't. I can let things get to me. So, these are the good old days. Memories of a man in his old age, deed of a man in his prime. The third thing is having or going through the stuff with my dad and knowing that he's on hospice and his days, his last few days are here. He's only 73 years old. And if I were to put myself into his shoes, that's basically 25 years from now. That means I have 25 more January 18ths. I have 25 more January 19ths. 25 more winters, 25 more, I just got to enjoy it. Because, and it may not even be 25 years. Something could happen, or it could be 30 years. But, basically the idea is we just don't know how much time we have.
Yep.
So why worry about the stupid things?
Exactly.
Yeah. Doesn't mean that there aren't things that are important that need to be, but.
Yeah. I'm always a big proponent of choose your attitude.
Yeah, exactly.
You can, we get a lot of comments that I'm always the positive one, which I think is hilarious. Because he thinks I'm very negative a lot of the times. And so it's just perspective of probably situations, but I just try, even when I'm flustered and frustrated and there's so much going on, it's I can choose to be in a piss mood or I can choose to be in a decent mood. And if I go down the first route, it's going to bring the whole homestead to a grinding halt.
Absolutely.
Because if I'm in a negative mood, I know for sure that it's going to affect his mood. So even when we're stressed or overwhelmed or he's in a bad mood, I'm just over here being a dumbass because trying to just keep the positude going. Because if you can't, I just know how our moods affect each other.
Oh, sure.
So, and when you've been together long enough, we have, it's you just kind of know, it's this too shall pass, right? And
exactly.
And I know that it's just a temporary feeling, and we'll get through it and we'll figure it out and we'll talk it through. And sometimes we talk it through right here, and sometimes we, talk it through at night. So and just making sure that you're having that open dialogue with each other. And
did you have something to add to the conversation?
He did. He's
were you just telling us that you're just hot and you want an AC room? Huh?
He's Dad, you need to do that this weekend.
Huh? Did you need an AC room because you were the most spoiled livestock guardian dog that doesn't guard livestock? You just run around and bark at things?
He does pretty decent.
He does really good. When the falcon came down, they weren't running.
Yeah, they were.
Those things happen so fast, though. It's
they do. Yeah, I don't know.
You did, good boy.
Because if they're not in the area, it'd be hard to stop it. But I do know when they see the birds around, they're definitely on alert.
Oh, so speaking of birds, very abrupt topic change.
Segue with that one.
So we keep talking about the turkey vultures that we have. They specifically they stay in the gray barn a lot. Well, it turns out they ain't turkey vultures. They are black vultures. Turkey vultures have the red face, kind of bald into the red face. The black vultures and the vultures that we have, full on black face. And why is this important? Well, because black vultures are a little bit more aggressive than turkey vultures are.
With live animals.
Yeah,
they're...
Hi, buddy.
They consider chickens a meal ticket versus the turkey vultures pretty much rely on carcasses and things that have already passed.
Yeah.
So that's So as we've been talking about wanting to rearrange how the chickens are, downsize the chickens, move chickens around, and all of that, we just have to really think through the area that we're talking about putting them is in that area where they live, those vultures. And it's also in an area that would be very difficult to do I shouldn't say very difficult. We just have to really get creative about how we would put a protective netting or barrier or something so that the birds, don't just get picked off, because that's not what we want. We're not going to put them in an area where they're at risk of anything. So,
What you doing?
What you doing, buddy?
Are you pulling a Kinsley?
I'm pulling out all of his burrs that are in his, and he likes it. So when I stop, he's like, excuse me.
All right. Well, it is our time to go deliver a present to our neighbors.
All right.
So we will see you tomorrow. I hope you, I don't know what I hope, so I hope you have a good day. Yeah. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Take care.
Goodbye.
Buddy, why?
So good. Breathe, so nice.
Why do you go through all of these bushes that have these things that are so horribly sticky?
Well, let me tell you, Mama, because I know that Mama's going to pull them off of me, and any attention is good attention.
I love it. You're such a goofy boy. You're going to end up knocking.
Yeah.
All right.
You're just a good boy.
I think I got them all out.
You're just a good boy.
I know. I think he just likes the fan, to be honest.
Oh, it feels really nice in here. Surprised Winston didn't stay in here.
He's just right. But yeah, I think Levi's like, oh, this is, I could get used to this. There you go. Is that better?
Oh my gosh.
You, sir.
All right. And
All
that's
done.
a wrap.
All done. You're a goof. Look at you, buddy.
What a good looking boy.